Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in about 2 weeks we'll be getting the reveal of Rainbow Six Siege Year 8 in the 6th Invitational 2023, which will be held in Canada, Montreal, where like the home of Ubisoft was and where Siege was created. So the reveal will be out in like a couple of weeks. So in this video I'm going to talk about the roadmap, and these are some 8 necessary changes that needed to be added to Rainbow Six Siege in order for it to be a sustainable game and to not die next year. And yeah, so this is mainly competitive, but there'll be some stuff that is like talks about like merges with casual a bit, so there'll be a bit of interlock. So yeah. So first of all, we've got the competitive map rotation. So if you guys do not know, maps are the essence of Siege, and it's like what makes Siege fundamentally different from the games is like how like the maps are so different. Like no round of Siege will ever be played the same, like because people are just like opening different holes, people bring different characters, there's different like environmental destruction, etc. like this. And yeah, I feel like they need to change the map pool, and this is mainly for Pro League, but this needs to be in ranked as well. I think Fortress needs to be reworked. I feel like Fortress is one of the best maps in the game, and it's underutilized a lot, and like this map has the potential to be in Pro League because it's so similar to Border. And I just feel like some maps just need to be removed, because the way that the system works in Pro League is that what the players do is they like pick what maps need to like be removed from the playlist, and obviously because of job security, it's people's source of income. Nobody wants to add new maps to the list. Like, I feel like Outback or maybe Emerald Plains or even Nighthaven, like with a few tweaks or like a few changes, could easily be competitively viable. But most pros don't want to like try new maps, because what happens if they're like really bad with a new map, or their team's not good with a new map? Like they lose their job and they lose their income. But yeah, I think multiple small reworks in one season. So like let's just like change a lot of the maps. So for example, let's just change all the hatch locations on every map. That'll make it a lot more fun, I feel like. Or like changing camera locations, or just changing soft walls. Like these things take a very small amount of time, but would fundamentally change Siege and add some like replayability and just add some new content, and it shouldn't take that long. So yeah. So there's barely been any new maps in Pro League or Comp, so we need some sort of that. So I think like with there only being 2 stages of Pro League next year instead of 3, that we need to add some new maps. Like I feel like they should just add Nighthaven Labs into the fucking map pool. That'd be sick. I also feel like there's an increase in operator ban. So we have 67 operators in Year 8 Season 1. We have 66 right now, so we can only ban 4 operators. Like with the amount of like defenders that are meta right now, so we've got Izami, Mira, Valk, or let's just say like Maestro. I feel like we need at least like, I feel like you should be able to ban like 3 operators. So like you have to let's say you wanted to ban 2 attackers, you can only ban 1 defender. Then like you have the option between banning like an extra defender or an extra attacker. So for example, like let's say you had 6 bans, you'd be able to ban like one team bans, let's say 2 attackers, the other team bans 2 defenders, and then it's just like the last 2. So you basically get to pick whether you want to ban an extra defender or attacker, which is really cool. So I think 6 bans should be definitely like better. I feel like that would be really good, and that would be way beneficial for the game. So I feel like having more bans would make the game less stale, because like I feel like there are too many like operators that you need to ban now. So yeah, that should be good. I also feel like there should be listen-ins in competitive. So if you guys do not know, in COD, I think COD's like method COD, like so like the CDL, like when Optic Texas are playing like Atlanta Face, they'll like during like a hardpoint game they'll do like listen-ins. So it shows you the comms and stuff like that. I know Siege is a bit different because it's basically a lot harder, but there's 4 different ways they could do this. They could do it listen-ins only after the game ends with the analyst desk. So they just like record a bit of like, let's say like an execute when they win around, and they like play it like after to like show. They could do it where it's like listen-ins live during the game, so like the CDL does it. And they could do listen-ins only during the prep phase, or they could do listen-ins only during tactical timeouts. I think that would be really cool. I know there'll be some problems with like showing off strats and stuff like that, but yeah, this would improve production quality and increase viewer retention. I also feel like during ranked and also competitive, like if you guys don't know this, you can like in competitive you can call 2 tactical timeouts per game. I feel like they're in Siege, you should be able to do that. I feel like that would be a lot better for the game, because like if you can do it in CS:GO as well. So let's say like you're losing 2-1 and you want to talk about a strat, you can call a tactical timeout, and that'd be really sick. So I feel like they should be like 40 seconds where you can just call it. You have 1 tactical timeout per like game, so like you can pick it on attack or defense per team. And yeah, that should happen. So like you can just like call it. It'll be 40 seconds where you just like everything freezes and you can just talk about it. This will also help if someone's like disconnected from the game. You just call a tactical timeout and stuff like that. That'll be a lot better. That's like what they do in CS:GO. They also have some operator changes that I feel like needs to be done here. So I feel like some buffs. So for Sense, like obviously reduce recoil on his gun. Like his gun is a bit too weak right now, and like improve it. Like so when you throw it, sometimes it just randomly bounces off walls, which is pretty shit. We've got Gridlock, so maybe I'd had like, I don't know, I feel like Gridlock's in a pretty good spot. Maybe they'd make her 2 speed or increase the damage on her gun. And Grim, this is a necessity. Like, he is the worst character in the game, like the worst competitive attacking operator in the game. I'd increase his gadgets rate to fire, add in some ricochet mechanics like Tachanka Shimikas, and add a mode on his gadget where you can like place it to the surface like Nomad. So like it's basically like a different flank watch, similar to like Nomad's flank watch. I'd also add frag grenades as well, but that might be a little bit too OP, but yeah. And also for Tachanka, I'd add impacts to his kit and remove the proximity. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool in my opinion. We've also got some operator reworks here. So we've got Kavera. I'd change it into like something like maybe like what I'd do is I'd keep like the interrogation, but like you'd only be able to like interrogate, like reveal someone like the next person's location close to you. So like that will nerf her a lot. But think about this, like that would be like a subsidiary gadget. So her main gadget would be like a trap gadget, which disables sounds for attackers, or maybe amplifies sounds for like the whole defenders to make it like easier for them to track them. Sort of like a reverse like Jackal, but I guess sound is a fundamental of Siege and it could be quite hard to implement. I also think a trap gadget disabling all sound for an attacker when it's stepped on for 10 seconds is a good idea for a rework, or a defense roamer focus on like sound traps. And Clash, I feel like she's a bit meh, she's quite situational, but I'd rework her shield ability, and yeah. So she should be able to drop her shield in place like a deployable shield, basically like a reverse Osa. I feel like those are some cool changes. And yeah, Azami just needs a little bit of a nerf. Nothing major, just a little bit tuned down. I don't think these are the maps that need a competitive based rework on the game. So firstly you've got Consulate. This is top priority. This map has too many fucking windows. Too many run thousands and like shitty like 50-50 gunfights. Like there's just remove half the windows, add some more balconies, just like make it less oppressive. It's so boring to play when like half your gunfights are just outside the whole time. I also feel like Villa needs a good rework. It's been quite stale for a long time. They need a complete rework of the basement area. The basement area needs a change. Like nobody fucking goes there. Like, and if you go there, you just get called like a troller or camper. They need to implement basement, maybe make it another site, or like just make basement a lot bigger and make it a new site. That would be really cool. So yeah, and also like to see a change to like the skylight area. Maybe they can do something with that on Trophy. And maybe I feel like the downstairs is pretty good, like the middle floor, and the top floor maybe like add something outside, like 90 windows, something like that. But that's really cool. And again, Fortress, I feel like this map has lots of potential for a rework, and it's criminally underrated for a rework. Like Fortress turns from a decent map on the first floor to an absolute garbage map on the second floor, and that like because of like how many windows and shit there are. And yeah, there's so many hallways. Like if they changed a couple of the hallways and added some new barricade locations, this map could be competitively viable and could be one of the best maps in the game. I know the reworks, like I know the developers could cook something up and make like one of the most competitively viable maps in the game. I think the same with Fortress. Fortress is very linear, and if they made it a bit more thicker, it'd be a lot better, and it needs more vertical play. But I feel like the design of it is really good, and I would love like it would require a big rework like Chalet or Cafe, or like not a clubhouse level rework to make it competitively viable. But I want to see like old maps. Like I want to see these maps in rank. Like I grew up playing these maps, and like it just feels like shit never to play them again. I also feel like Tower as well, like it's so futuristic and it's got such an amazing vibe to it, so it's like visually pleasing to the eyes, but like the flow of the map is so bad. Like they need to remove the oppressive angles of just like sitting on the balconies of the whole round and all that stuff, and just like make it a lot more fast paced. Maybe remove a couple rooms, but I love like the layout of like the 2 floors. It's amazing. I love Tower. This map is so good, but yeah. So less map control required for executes and stuff like that, but yeah. This is what I think needs to be in Rainbow Six Siege, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is a good idea? And yeah, let me know what are you guys excited for Year 8? And yeah, thanks for watching guys, this is Arktes. See you guys later.